this is Divine Sunshine coming to you with the keys to union. All right, Spirit has already told me that I needed to start off with. We're going to try to make this clear. Not try, we are. All right, so what is the key? They told me to work with the heart one. So what does Spirit want us to work with? Ooh. Romantic feelings are worth exploring. Did that come out before? But okay. So some of us might be feeling in our heart chakra that we are, our romantic feelings are coming to the surface. Okay, why is this? Sorry, I can't go on live. I got to run errands for my mom. And so, what is that? Clarify for me, Spirit. What do you mean by that? How's that going to help us to get into union? Because it's going to stop us from that fork in the road feeling. Interesting. So we know within our heart we're done with the kind of like the monkey business that's going on within us, and we know that we need to really truly take a direction, and we understand that we got to become wise, and we got to be able to actually have knowledge about something. But we also see that we've been taking like some old, outdated ways of transportation to get us from point A to point B with this. And so if we get into the romantic feelings about it, romance, that means just the idea and the expression of love, the actions that's taken for love as far as in our divine masculine, divine feminine energies, they both they are willing participants in that. And you see even the spirit and your spiritual team are working with your thinking, divine masculine thinking, and your divine feminine energies as well. So that's inside and out. So that's within the 3D and also in the 4D as well. So that's not something out. How does it want to be expressed in our higher self? How is this also being expressed in our higher self? So for the divine masculine, clear. Having very great strength, intellect, or importance. The divine masculine, according to his higher self in the 5D, as in heaven as it is on earth, has to understand that with this romantic feelings, it's going to help him to give great strength, and it's going to help him to be intellect, which means really be able to see his way, like his directions, that at fork of the road actually know exactly where he needs to go in the divine masculine energies, because he's got to become assertive. Okay, so really exploring that romantic feelings and going on with that will also help him to stop that fork in the road. Like, I really want to explore this thing, and then also understand that it's important that he explores where his heart wants him. I've seen to watch the movie the other day, and they say what causes confusion for people is because the man said that your mind isn't doing what your heart wants it to do. And that's what causes confusion, because she was trying to be like in between, didn't know which way she wanted to clear to go. She wanted to actually choose, and Spirit told her, her father had told her, that's why she's confused, because she's not going with actually what her heart wants her to do. When it comes to the divine feminine, understanding here, I didn't want to put my glasses on, but it looked like I might have to. Ooh, you got 3 cards in your heaven. Could be 4D or 50. You want Zhao Zhangxing, the mystic of peace. I am peace. When my mind is clear, the way is clear. That is true. So when we talk about romantic feelings and you getting really clear in the sunshine circle, we are doing like a 30-day challenge thing there. What thing I am doing for me, this is what my challenge is to really just be right 100% team my DM. I don't care about the illusions. I don't care about what's showing up in the 3D. No matter what, if things come, I took myself to go right back on there to be really tailored and really zoomed in on being for this, I was about to say for this romance, okay, for this thing, this 30 days with that, because I have done, I'm on it, I'm off, I'm on it, I'm off, like a person trying to diet, and I'm yo-yo dieting. And so now I'm dieting and saying, okay, I'm just really just team that and just see what happens. I mean, it can't hurt anything. It's something different than what I'm doing. It's something say, oh my God, really, it can't hurt anything. So this is what I'm doing. So I'm getting myself clear so I can have peace about it. Okay, and then also Lolita, the red goddess. Okay, oh, she's pretty. Ooh, she's gorgeous. And she has here, playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. So being playful with it. I mean, imagining myself with it, talking to the DM and 5D and doing that telepathic thing, bringing that thing. Was talking to Kathy D and April Williams and Raquel last night, Jubilee 1111. And, my DM came in real playful, and so that helped to kind of open me up. It's like, oh my God, we was arguing about something really crazy, and in the 50 telepathically, and I was like, boy, you know what, jeez, sit next to me and be quiet. So my thing is that playfulness. That playfulness helped me to open up my heart and to receive him as well. It's this laughter, this becoming lighthearted about it. Laughter, it releases the endorphins as well. This helps you to kind of lighten up your vibration and energies as well. Yashita Sogi Yao. I'm sorry, I don't know that. Yashita Sogi Yao. Lady of the Lotus Born. I know I'm not pronouncing that one right. So again, embodiment is the deepest bliss. My body was made for enlightenment. So really, I think Raquel or Jubilee 1111 has stated that, saying that how we take in and we embody those things, and how when we want something, and want something to manifest, it's in your heart, it's what you think, and then you feel like in every part of my DNA, I feel that I am in romance or in love with my DM. It's not I used to say, I told my kids in my first class that I had, you got to fake it till you make it. And it was like one guy told me he loved that. He said that helped him to get over in life. He's older now, in his 30s. And he's like, that's saying, I still take that with me. I was like, okay. So sometimes you got to fake it till you make it, but we don't want to fake it too much, but your mind is smart too. It's like, okay, you faking it, you don't even believe it because you say you faking it. You got to get to the point that you really actually feel that is actually happening, so that everything else could come into alignment. Clear. What do they want us as far as in this destiny, sacred destiny? So what is it that you want us to really concentrate on? Divine masculine. And that might be all over. I'm kind of picking up as everybody. For the divine masculine energies, they want you to become patient. Notice and understand this is like the crane here. You doing the dance, be quiet, sunshine circle. I know they like, what, the damn crane again? That is the mascot for the divine masculine. So again, you doing this dance. Understand it's going to be, sometimes the divine feminine is going to come near you. Going to seem like you're on the same page. Sometimes it's going to be off the page. Understand that it's okay again, because there is a new horizon. There's a sunset. You want everything underneath the sun. And so understand that opposition and movement is needed to be able to bring you closer. For the divine feminine, understand that your stance, right now they're saying you need to stand still. Okay, they got like a store kid. So the store kid is again bringing new beginning. It's a message from spirit, helping you understand if you stand still, you can get the downloads. Helping you understand, again, don't say I'm going left or going right, just be. Just be. Don't worry about the effects of what's going on with the divine masculine. How he's looking is just saying right there, just stand still. Okay. Even in doing that, that's still there saying, I'm just going to be right where I am. I'm not going to move forward to the left or move to the right. Especially when we talk about this romantic feelings, because again, it wants you to become clear-minded, be at peace. And right now live really, to me is saying be a house in touch what your body is actually signaling to you. Because some of you all saying, okay, but forget the divine masculine, and you feeling like in your body like, oh, I feel tired, I feel sick every time I think about that. That doesn't help to resonate, or it don't vibrate well when you're saying it. Something like April Williams always say, when you're saying stuff, see where you're tensing up at. When you say that, your solar plex. Okay, well, you ain't standing in your power when you saying deuces to the divine masculine. Thank you. He popping stuff. You saying that to divine masculine. That ain't really, you're not speaking your truth. Like I told the girls now, I'm learning. I said, oh, what's this? I call it an Incredible Hulk feeling, because a lot of times when I get like really angry at something like that, when somebody's talking and it's not the truth, I call it the Incredible Hulk comes out. This is something that I've learned, that it came from me from when I was with my with my dad. A lot of times when he didn't tell the truth, I would get kind of like burnt up. I'd be so upset with him. I say, that's not the truth. That's not the truth. And that would upset me, because he wasn't standing his truth, and he wasn't telling the truth about some things that was going on. And that's something I learned, that, although I express that even with other people, but I learned that also as well, that it's something that I have to look into as far as when I'm interacting with other people, because I can't be like, yeah, you lied, da, 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 da. I have to learn how to kind of tail it back as well. But this is a good thing, because I'm like a walking lie detector when it comes to your truth. Like, that you ain't standing your truth. So my thing is understanding that we have to understand how our body reacts. I mean, it definitely gets like that, like Incredible Hulk, and that's what I know. Your body tells you. It says that, no, that ain't even when my divine master is talking. That ain't the truth. I get upset, and he shares the same thing too. That Incredible Hulk thing. I said we got shared custody of him. And so that's something that we got to work with. Interesting. The other day we said that the artificial heart was on the divine feminine's side, I think. Divine masculine, right here, you're walking around with artificial heart. Divine feminines, if I was you, I would do some heart chakra activation exercises to get the heart open. That means even in your divine masculine energies, you walking all around here with artificial heart. You're not being true, and that's what I was saying. And I can peep that on a couple of people. It's like that you're not really coming from your answers, and your what you're saying is not coming truly from the heart as well. So you walk around here, you're communicating, and you got what you're communicating is blocked and as well, and is not really truly expressing that or experiencing that. You got like that dog collar, because your ego is leading you away, and it's almost like telling you to be quiet, and you got like a collar on your neck that you're not really truly expressing, because you're not coming from a place of a true heart, and your third eye is not really able to see it either as well. So that's the issue in your emotions. In the divine feminine, you feel like you're sacrificing yourself. That's a shadow. That's what I said in the Assembly Required. Some of you all believe that if you become vulnerable, that you are in a relationship and really truly practice unconditional love. Because unconditional love means unconditional love, without conditions, without looking at results, not paying attention to the experiences, not paying attention to the illusions. That is what unconditional love means. We ain't truly got that understanding of it, okay? So you walking around here with this armor on, armed and ready with what you call the sword of truth, ready to cut anybody to come towards you, which is the divine masculine energies, because you feel like you have been sacrificing yourself, and you feel like you got to put on this heavy ass armor that's really a burden here, because this thing is probably heavy and sweaty, and yet it ain't breathable as well either. So while you're doing that thing, about April saying that, you covered all these chakras. They're not even really being expressed in themselves, because again, you're trying to protect yourself from feeling like you being a sacrificial lamb. That's what you feel. Okay. Let's look at what is let's go on and see what's happening in did I do the heart? Yeah, I did that up there. But what's happening in the heart, actually in the 3D, clear. What's actually being expressed in the 3D for the divine masculine. Too many. Just say so. And I don't wanna play these games no more. If you love me, just say so. 'Cause I don't wanna play these games with you no more. 'Cause I found myself falling deeper to you. If you want me, just say so. I don't want to play these games with you no more. That's somebody, that's why you feeling. If you want me, just say so. I don't want to play these games with you no more. Hey, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Do do do, do do do, do 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 do. All right. Divine masculine in 3D, what you know is in your energy is that in your emotions, you got to cut some people off here. It is time. It is time. It is time. You want this connection with your divine feminine to be together. Again, you got to cut the sheets. Those things, parts that are good, those things that no longer serve you. Also, here. Also, for the divine masculine, you want to get in that King of Wands energies here. King of Wands, which is really in your action. Understanding with your actions that you put forth is going to have your boost to make before walking, in your thinking, in your emotions. And then also it's going to cause for you and your divine feminine to come together. When I look at this, it's like, really want to come to that part. It's like, I want to protect you. He's also looking to me when I look at him. It's like he's saying, I want to apologize. I'm so sorry about that. Come in. Accept my apology, accept me. She got her hand on his booty. I love it. Yeah, he's like, she's coming vulnerable, he's coming vulnerable, and he's standing in his power. He's got that solar plexus in that cape there. He understands in the 8 of challenges right now. He wants this connection. He's afraid that, again, the divine feminine will reject him. He's like, really, to me, he's like, I'm pouring my heart out to her. He really wants to express to the divine feminine too, as well. He wants to have this meeting. This is what it looks like to me, with the divine feminine. I'm scratching this breast here, so that means he wants to really be nurtured, which is come in and get that nurturing. As well, the 8 of chalices, which is the 8 of cups, as well. He wants that. Now I know traditionally when they talk about 8 of cups, it's like, she's probably getting it from someplace else. She didn't say deuces to him, but at the same time, he's like, I want to plead my case as to why. And also in the 3D here for the divine masculine, I'll start with him first. 5 of swords here. So again, he wants the divine feminine to be vulnerable as well. I see a playfulness here, the lightheartedness as well. Right now, he feels like she's covering herself as well too, and so then it's part of her that she's playing with him, but it's part of her. It's like I'm kind of doing my own thing. The truth is kind of slanted here when we got this 5 of swords. I'm going to kind of look at the book just quickly to see. I left one out. That's all right. Yeah, interesting. I left that one out. Okay, 5 of swords, shaking things up, magic of the purple flowers. You must overcome the fear of judgment, shame, and a sense of inadequacy. You must give yourself a good shake and take some risks. Right. He's risky. He don't know how she's going to do it, but a part of her is saying, she's being playful with her. But at the same time, this is interesting. She's got this kind of look, but it still look like that, that power up, that power of poster that they used to have back then, in the 50s, like, but I'm strong at the same time, but I'm still vulnerable and playing with you too at the same time. So don't get it twisted. If I'm letting you take off the clothes from me, that still lets you know I'm still standing in my power. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can still be vulnerable, but still stand in your power too. That doesn't mean you're giving up all your will. Also the divine masculine here we have Ace of Pentacles as well. He wants to be able to, me when I look at this, it's like I want to give her the world. I want her to be there with me by my side in intimacy, go to bed with her. Like she'd be like the last face I see when I go to bed at night. Oh, I picked that up. And so again, it's a connection of understanding that him being able, that he's got his sacral energies, his rooted energies, and his heart chakra too as well, which again, lighting the flame and becoming passionate and let life really live and resonate in this. By this union, this is all things that's going to be tied because it's a red cord. So again, being able to have intimacy, how he relates to others, also helps him to be able to manifest, be grounded and rooted in things. That's really the center of it. And then also understand that he's got his heart chakra living in his heart, resonating there, because again, the divine master's place is in the heart, and that's where the seat of the soul is. From that point on, but I really pick up strong. Like he's like, I want you to really be the last face I go at see at night. And got my heart chakra doing it because I'm doing this. Ain't that sweet? And so the divine masculine, divine feminine, your thing key is, you saying two things. You got the sword of truth here on your side, but you playing hard to get. The divine masculine wants to offer you something very small, very natural, not something, like pentacle base. But again, he feels like he's in his knighthood here to me, a man of honor. And he wants to really present this to you, but you at the same time as being coy again. And that's a conflict there. He wants to try, you talk about, well, I got to think about it, maybe see me tomorrow because today ain't a good day. And so then the Nine of Swords here, you got this energy where you want it. You want him to really take over, but however, you got the sword of truth. The truth is on the wall. That's on the wall. And then also understanding you still got this stinking thinking here between you two. It's like, well, every time we really get a foot off there, it's a karmic that's going to come. It always happens, so I'm expecting that to happen. Every time when I share something with him, he plays ghost, and I'm expecting that. That's this superstitious thinking here as well. So that's what's showing up in the 3D for the divine feminines. Okay, that's a good read right there. Okay, what do we need to do as far as that? So that's what's actually showing up. Spirit wants us to get into the let's say it wants to go with that one. Okay, is there anybody else I missed out on? Karmic action. Okay, that's the darkness there. Okay, dokie. Let's go delve into this anyway. You out of here. So what's happening in our clear? Since you talk about stinking thinking, what do we need to clear up in order for we have these romantic feelings? What's happening with our stinking thinking? Divine masculine energies. Oh, I see what's saying. At divine masculine, divine feminine energies. Too many. Like I said, I told you come take that. Okay. Okay, so the divine masculine in its energies, before they have romantic feelings here, Queen of Fire. You got to take action, and you got to take action in your emotions. It's interesting. This is a woman's hand here, so let's know that you being in your emotions, the woman's hand, this is in your emotions. You got to be able to bring pleasure to the divine feminine. This is what they're saying about these romantic feelings. Again, you can't worry about, because it looked like to me, is that two things. You can't worry about what anybody else is saying, because I see somebody by the window look like, say, what's going on over there? You can't worry about that. This is the moon card, is the illusions. You got to take some form of action. This is what Spirit is saying here. Also, it's saying again, when I see this looking like this is like a mask over thing. You got a conflict here. Again, as far as what is really keeping your eyes on the prize here as well. I'm looking at her, but she's got a mask. To me, every time when I see it like that, it's just overdone. here, like how you masking your emotions here when it comes to you really truly having your eyes on the prize here. There's a conflict. Also here for the divine masculine energies here again, we've got a conflict as far as like smoking on the peace pipes. It's like this, like what really truly in your emotions brings you peace. You got to calm those waters there so you could give way to a new horizon here. Okay, so you can really truly rely on your intuition and awareness about that. And so then we got King of Fire here. You got to become like a warrior to me. It's like really like, you got to get primal about it. It's like, yeah, this is what I want. There's no indecision about it. And you've got to really rely on, I think about Native Americans, how they rely on all the signals and symbolisms to kind of help them to understand what direction they need to go and how they learn things. You got to sit there and really learn your environment, learn yourself, learn the leg of the land, and really truly trust the signals that earth or your environment or people or spirit is actually showing you, because it really all goes back to spirit when it comes to Native American beliefs. Okay, for the divine feminine here, what they want you to do is here, water. Again, you feel like in your sacral, how you relating to them and how you manifested things. You thinking that that's really over. It is exposed there while you're dealing with getting to the deep depths of your emotions as well. And you feel like the divine masculine is there. You don't know if he's helping or if he's the ones that's actually submerging you in that water. Okay, so this is where you got to make it. This is interesting. This is a 5. You got to make a change in your emotions of how you viewing things when it comes to the divine masculine. When they're saying about it as far as the Knight of Air, there's a conflict. You want this freedom. You want to be uncomfortable where you're free, but I see in leaves here, which means something's got to fall away. Something's there that no longer needs to serve, and you need to get rid of that. We have here also Knave of Air. That means it's some really like young, I would see like Knave is like naive, but again, this is like Page. It's young. But to me, he's like an airport director. So we talk about this air here, which is he's like a traffic controller to me and like a mechanic as well. You got to kind of get to the point that you kind of direct that conflict, like where it needs to specifically go. And that's what they're saying about this fork of the road to stop being all over the place. And you want this romantic feelings here, you got to really direct where it actually needs to come. There's some things you gotta have to fix, because I see you got the monkey the wrench here in his hand. You're gonna have to tighten up some things here. But again, it's what I'm seeing music here, so go with the flow. So it's like while you working, be distracted in a good way, because sometimes when I'm playing music and I'm doing things, it helps me to kind of really get into the true flow of things. Not me sitting there like, okay, now I got to do this. Well, the music kind of helps me to do that. So again, maybe play some music also, divine feminine, some romantic music to kind of get you in the mood for also the romantic things. You feeling as well here you got conflict, a lot of air. You feel like you kind of up in the air about some things here, and the divine masculine is down here like, I got your shoe, and you Cinderella, and you're like, I don't know if I want to. The number one, I'm too high up here. I don't know if I want to come down to get it. So there's a conflict right there too, as well as him having ownership. Now he knows you are. He's the rightful owner of the Cinderella shoe, but you up here saying, well, like a person talking about, we about to like in the Wizard of Oz. He's like, I can't come back down, Dorothy. I don't know how to stop it. And he just went on, kept on floating in that hot air balloon thing. And you're like, okay, well, some of you all feel like you ain't got time to kind of come down to where they are too, as well. The next thing you have here, you got a lot. Air. To me, it's a conflict of how you're picturing and seeing things like that. You're part of you want to kind of like really take a walk and get out of this freeze frame that you're in. But at the same time, you like, I'm stuck there. So you got to watch kind of your image. This is what I say. It's a conflict of your image, how you're upholding, how you think other people are going to view you, and how you're going to be able to move forward. Also, we have here is, we got another conflict. Come on, girls. All this, you got crows here. All this thinking here. I think about it in the Bible. They say, denial. When I see crows, it means denial too. Because I think about the Bible when they said, who is that? Oh, Jesus. He said, yeah, before the crows you going to deny me, Peter. You going to deny me 3 times. You didn't denied about these romantic feelings here, which has got you on the run. Okay, divine thing. I was like, if another air sign come up, I'm gonna scream, and I think I'm about to scream because I see it's another air. Again, you got conflict. You're showing your behind to me. Also being vulnerable, people that you think that is gonna make you vulnerable. See, I see people looking here. The shadow aspect. You saying kiss my grits there, but there's a conflict there because again, this way other people are viewing you at the same time as bringing out the shadows with you. Okay. And then also, I'm screaming. And another conflict again. You know, how you are is again, this looks like men of the past to me when I look at this. The men, how they view you. You know, like, was I just a piece? Was I just available? Just too open? And they say, come and get it, boys. You know, you got to find out what's happening at the end of the tunnel for you. There's a conflict, you know. Yeah, are you standing in your power? She looks like she's powerful, like she's saying pussy power. This is her power thing. But are you looking back in the past at how people had did that? You use your way, your feminine wise to keep you in. Now I see a little woman here looking like she's looking up and she's being like protecting herself. So from this, moving on to understanding that in her feminine ways, this is powerful too as well, because she looks like she's part of the stars, like a constellation. There's conflict there. Spirit say, I see you, boo. You ain't hiding it from nobody else, but I see it. And I'm stopping you from having these romantic feelings. And truly having that fork in the road clear. Stopping that fork in the road feeling. Did I do this all right? I did. Okay, what am I, 31? What things has got to change? Clear. Somebody got released. Just a little release, not a lot. For the divine masculine, this came out too. And the divine feminine. What things got to change, according to spirit, in order for you to experience this romantic feelings? Divine masculine memories. How you looking at things in the past. You got to be able to stand in your power, your solar plexus. Be grounded and rooted in your heart. Be able to transform how your solar plexus, how you stand in your power, and how you are relating to others and helping things to manifest. For the divine masculine, it says join in. You need to join in on the fun. Stop being an outsider and be a person who is actually participating in this twin flame journey. You got to communicate it. You got to also see how you're relating to others and how you're manifesting this thing as far as romantic feelings. And you got to be also to transform your standing in your power too. As well, because it's going to help take bloom and blossom into your bliss. And then also your heart chakra is going to be in the background. And you need to get motivated. You got to change your motivation. You got to follow your bliss here. You got to feast off your bliss. This is like, you know, butterflies get nectar here. Also stand in your solar plexus as well. That's part of it. And you need to transform your solar plex, which is how you able to not solar plex, I'm sorry about sacral, how you're able to connect to others and how you're able to manifest things. And your heart chakra is going to be in the background, like pushing you as well. You got to work on that. For the divine feminine here is leaving those old things behind, those old ideologies, those old concepts, those things. Maybe if you got a karmic situation or a third party situation, you got to leave that too. You got to leave that. And you got to open up and transform into understanding that everything is just plain black and white. So you can be able to follow your bliss, to feast off your bliss, and let your heart chakra push you into the way that you're going. All right. What things do you need to surrender? Clear. Line 2 came out. Hold on. Just do it again. Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. Divine Masculine wants you to surrender to play in the energies. Take a break from overthinking the goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. So in your emotions, they just want you just to play. That's going to help you get into the romantic feelings. And then say surrender to rest and sleep. To prevent burnout, slow down, honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. Because right now, some of you all in those third-party situations, common situation, is running you in overdrive, and you can't see nothing else beyond that. Also, for the divine feminine, you have surrender your belief in scarcity. Like it's not enough love. There's not enough love for the divine masculine to give me. He only has enough for the situation he is. He's putting boundaries up. So there's not enough. Or even following your bliss or your mission. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. It says also surrender your frustration, because some of you all are frustrated. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving the dilemma of dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly, because some of you all are kind of deep in your feelings. Surrender stress. Take a few deep breaths, and it's interesting. Both is pretty much reflecting their stress. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to your center. Spirit is saying the divine masculine, his more so is a physical stress because of physical things in his outside world is causing that. And divine feminine, yours is more so a spiritual stress, which is happening inside of you. How does the divine, he said, don't need that, thank you. How does the divine want you to start looking and viewing the connection after you start exploring and doing the things that it just told you to do? Divine masculine, clear. Divine feminine. Divine feminine, divine masculine, it wants you to be the carrier of it, to be able to have this connection, to start. You're not all the way in there, you're beginning. So you're not starting making the effort to create this connection as well. You're the carrier, you're the burden one of it. Let the emotions of your divine feminine to accept that. You are concentrating totally on her. You're being nostalgic too, because I see this here, elephant here, which is talking about the past as well, making sure that you got some kind of like cash dowry, some kind of money as well. Want a balance of all these things here. I don't know if this looks like it's a bird here. I don't know what type of bird this is. This is a blue bird or whatever. But birds represents to ascend, to be able to ascend spiritually. And you got this tiger here, which again, almost like the lion, but to be able to be very like, not vicious, but in a good way, like very powerful as far as even in your instincts on things or your behavior as well. So this is all, it's a great balance of things here. It looks like you want to have also be able to offer a home to and have like a rich flourishment of land. Divine Master, and they want you to also actually understand that it's okay if the divine feminine also takes control as well. She looks like she's saying she wants you to keep you open and you're comfortable with it. You don't feel like, oh my God, she's taking over, she's dominating me. This does not look like she's dominating over you. This looks like this is just an equal understanding that, right, you help to keep her open, and then vice versa here, that it's okay for her to take control. Some of you all have a little issues when feminines, period, in general, take control of the situation. It's some other childhood wounds that come up here. So this helps you to stay in your heart chakra, and just like this helps us to stay in her bliss, her upper heart center when this happens and occurs with the cups. Divine feminine, the source wants you to see the connection here is to also, is this way? Yeah. Okay. 9, the end of a cycle. Understanding that for the divine masculine, he wants this connection. This is like really freely accepted. It's like, yeah, okay, so the divine masculine is taking over. They want you to get into that with the romantic feelings. He's also nurturing you, also stimulating you by he's doing that, being nurtured. He's also, this is sword on his side, being able to put the sword down and also where he feels like he's protecting himself, and then also putting the shielding down, the boundaries that he has there as well. That look like there's a cherry blossom tree. It looks like you got peacock here too. That's interesting, like feathers here. So this is going to help you to really open yourself up. Peacock to me is almost like attracting things, and also like look at my beauty as well. They say prideful, but I say prideful in a positive way, because again, this is bringing out your inner your inner glow. Also, it's saying about this conflict in mind of here that you have here. We have here like the sword of truth. So again, it's interesting. It's like you dominated, but you being okay to dominate too, as well. For him to dominate you as well, and you're still balancing the relationship even in that energy here too. So you got this, I call it cash cow. So it's money here. Stop the conflict about when it comes to money here as well. It's sitting down, it's relaxed. That means I'm like, it looks like the cow said, I'm here to stay. I'm not moving anywhere. So understanding like everything that's about material world, your abundance is right there. And he's got the sword there to protect the relationship, is even though he is over like not oversee but overseeing and being dominating the situation or the relationship and the connection, but at the same time you holding it up as well, and you're okay with that. So stop that conflict that you have when you're talking about that as well. And for also for the divine masculine energies here as well, this to me is like the source wants you to be relaxed in receiving of this divine masculine, because he's got some things that he wants to communicate to you, and you will be able to find your bliss in it. And to me, it's like you will be in your head. You'll be able to relax, like stop all that extra crown chakra activity there, because you're relaxed in it. And again, you're receiving that, and it's going also to your heart as well. Okay, let's look at the over. It doesn't matter. Let's look at the overall all energies that is moving you to. Clear. And then I'm out of here. If you love me, just say so. I don't want to you no more. If you love me, just say so. I don't want to play these games with you no more. Hey. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. So they want to move you into the energies of you being a magician. You being able to stir up and create your reality as far as with this romance. You're the one who's in the driver's seat. Okay, despite the deception, because you got there with the about the illusion things going on. 9 of Cups, being able to find out that you are emotionally your treasure chest, and that being able to free up those cups that you will have within you and create that light. Looks like it's coming from her heart, that golden light that they said, that healthy heart chakra energies that is protected by that golden light there as well. Also understand 9 of Swords. Again, this thinking or this denial that you have here. Again, getting rid of that. Look at that. There's a spirit coming in there. Look like it's eradicating and getting rid of all that stuff to keeping you in your emotions of that woe is me, which is keeping you grounded and rooted in this type of energy. 9 of Swords. Get rid of that. It also wants you to get ready to take this fool's journey as well. Get you some amethyst. Get you an amethyst with that. That's why I have with my amethyst ring. Get your amethyst as well to help you to be able to see and create that new beginning that you want to take emotionally. This is a trust fall, like you trust in the universe to catch you. Okay, this is like universal. This is spiritual energies here as well. And then also for you to kind of move out of this 4 of Swords energy, where you at home with the heartache. Like no more in the emotions, being okay with that. Understanding that, you could nurture yourself even through the heartache, but understand that you got to move out of that energy as well. Okay? And last thing here, no Casanova. Oh, Casanova. I'm Casanova. I'm a Joan Casanova. Me and Romeo ain't never been friends. Can't you see how much I really love you? I'm gonna say it to you time and time again. Oh, Casanova, do 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 do. Oh, Casanova, do do. All right, the Spirit last word. We give the Spirit the last word. Source to say last word. Your friends miss your face. Uh-oh. They need you. They need you. You need them. Okay. So I would say again, like some of you are, like I say, frenemy. Some of you are have turned your divine counterpart as your enemy. And so it's saying right now, in order for you to have that romantic feelings, you got to start kind of looking at your divine counterpart in a whole different light. Okay. And that's going to stop that fork in the road feeling as well. And then it says, check yourself. You're playing with fire. Some of you all are. You kind of saying the deuces to it. I kind of had to talk to my group about that in the Sunshine Circle. Say, watch your word and watch your actions, and how you putting forth behind those words that you have there. Because again, you're playing with fire. You don't know what kind of actions you're gonna put forth from the universe hearing you talk like that. So, all right then, speaking of actions, let me get on out of here so I can go get mom's stuff and stuff like that. But I had to make sure I had put this out there for you guys. So as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste, namago. Love you.